Hi, and welcome back to Activating Basic Feng Shui. And we are on session 5, which is all about activating your career area and your new beginnings area. I'm Suzanne Roynan from interiorsTherapy.com, and me, along with a number of other Feng Shui experts, are determined to make Feng Shui more accessible for real people living in real homes. You know, that's not just for elite. It's not just for the people who have architects and house staff and things like that. It's for you, whoever you are, wherever you are, what you do. So this little series is going to give you the basics of how to activate each of the 9 essential areas of life which relate to various parts of your home. So if you have not yet seen session 1, which teaches you how to identify those areas of your home, what those areas are, how to identify the facing of your home, I urge you to please go back to wherever you found this video, watch session 1, and really get that information under your belt so you know what I'm talking about, because otherwise a lot of what I'm about to say won't make any sense to you at all. So now we've got that sorted, let's get going. So in this session, we are going to recap session 4. We're going to answer some of the questions that have come up. We're going to talk about activating the north, which is your career and your life path area, and activating the west, which is all about new beginnings, creativity, projects, and children. And then we're going to talk about some homework. So as previously, just to remind you, we have our Bagua. We have our 3x3 grid, 9 specific areas which relate to different parts of your life: travel, career, knowledge, new beginnings, your health, your family, love and relationships, fame and reputation, wealth and money. And here we've got a very simple apartment floor plan, and we've overlaid the Bagua. You see, 9 equal rectangles, 3x3 grid. And that is going to tell us exactly where each of those areas are. But of course, you need to know your compass directions. As I said, if you think you're being smart and jumping ahead of the game, you're not. Please go back to session 1 and understand exactly where your north is in your home before you start doing this session. Okay, some answers from last week. Christian wanted to know, is there anything we should avoid having in the East Gua? Christian, as we talked about, the East is about the past. So if you've got something new and exciting that you'd like to draw into your life, you know, perhaps you're thinking about a project, a new family, children, holidays, a change of career, don't keep anything connected with something new and exciting in your East. And don't keep anything that relates to your future in your East. It's all to do with the past. Suzanne wanted to know, what if my East Gua is completely missing? Okay, so every room has its own mini Bagua. So my suggestion is to activate a small area of the East in one of the rooms which is seldom used in your home. You know, the least used room. Work out where the East is, and then just activate a little cupboard in that space to keep your memories and items related to the past there. Millie is a bit unsure what to do for the northwest, so that's a travel and helpful friends area, because it's basically a kitchen and a bathroom, so they're clean and functional. Any ideas would be appreciated. Okay, well, when we talk about activating Feng Shui areas, there are so many ways we can do it, you know, with art, with decor. But another thing we can do is just write down what you want and put it in a red envelope. Now, you might be able to slide it into a drawer or put it on top of the wall cupboards, anything like that. So if there isn't a wall and there isn't shelf space, then consider putting those intentions, your wishes, your dreams, your manifesting into a red envelope, and then keep it in a drawer or on the top of the kitchen cupboard so it's out of the way, but it's activating the energy as best you can. And that's not just for the northwest, for example. You know, if you don't have really any capacity to activate your southwest and you're looking for new love, you could do the same thing there. You could put your manifesto for a new love into an envelope and activate it in the area, in the Southwest area. So, okay. Applause and credit to everybody who's been decluttering their homes. This one is from Ohio. Welcome, Ohio. Lovely to have you here joining us. And I am so glad to know that this room now looks a whole lot better than it did. Causes of an unhappy Gua. So we know we have the Bagua, which is the 9 squares grid, the 3x3 grid. And we know that each area of that grid, each of those 9 areas, is called a Gua. What makes a Gua unhappy? Well, clutter, stagnation and dead things. That could be collections of dead animals like these butterflies here. It could be a stag's head on the wall. It could be spiders and cobwebs in a corner. That's all telling me that the energy is not flowing around that particular area of your home. Unsupportive art. You know, if you've got art featuring demons, that's not going to be helping you. If you've got art which is abstract and angry, you know, all red and black and slashing, that's not going to be very good for you. It's going to create immense anger and confusion in your life. So maybe think about losing that, passing it on somewhere else, but just keeping it out of your home. Books you'll never read again, that goes without saying. A book is made to be read. If it's sitting on your shelf doing nothing, it's not fulfilling its role. So let those books you won't read again go off to a charity store or to Goodwill so that they can be read by other people and enjoyed. Damp, any areas where you need to do some maintenance work, some painting. If they've got chipped paint or broken spindles on a staircase, get those sorted out. It's really important. Those breakages and damaged areas are reflecting back into your life. And, you know, just jumping on a phase, that goes for broken items too. If you've got something that's broken or needs repairing, get it fixed or let it go. Acquired furniture and mirrors. We've talked about this before. Please go back to previous episodes to explain why. Sad and difficult memories, goes without saying. You don't need these in your face the whole time. They are just going to make you miserable. Rubbish and dirty laundry is another thing that it really pays not to allow to pile up to the point where it's stagnating you and your lifestyle. Empty those bins, clear the laundry, deal with it. You will feel happier and more at ease with empty rubbish and laundry bins than you will if they're overflowing. And, you know, your sadness will also create unhappiness in a Gua. So look at, if you are feeling sad, what's making you sad? Is there something there that is triggering you to feel sad? If there is, what can you do about it? Can you remove that trigger? Can you put the trigger in a box of special memories? What do you need to do about it to lift the energy in that space so that it benefits you the way you want it to? Okay, where are we going now? The North Gua. Oh, I love working with the North Gua. It's so exciting. So it's about your career. But let's face it, we don't all have a career. We might have a life path. We might have a vocation. All of this sits in the North under the heading of career and life path. So this is anything which is connected to a job, anything that connects to your vocation. If you volunteer, if that's what you do, if you are in charge of a home and that's what you do, this is where you reflect that in your home. It's about how you spend your days, any hobbies which are earning money for you. And it's also about any political affiliations. Keep those all in the North. So it's a great place for a home office or a study. Anything connected to your work or your career, anything that relates to your side hustle or your volunteering, anything to do with charities that you support. But only display stuff if you want to. Otherwise, put them in a red or a green folder if you'd like them to grow, So if you want your wage checks, your salary checks, or your the pay slip to come, and you want that to grow, put those in a red or green envelope or folder. But if it's something to do with, I don't know, something that you don't want to increase, you tell me. Maybe you don't want your working hours to increase. Perhaps you would put your contract in a blue folder so that your working hours aren't increased in any way. So perhaps you're studying, perhaps you're a lawyer, or your law books, and you're already a lawyer. This would be the place to keep them, in the North Gua. The books that you use in relation to your work, this is the place for them. But what to avoid? So anything relating to old jobs. And this is including the stuff that you brought back from them with you: notepads, staplers, logos, post-it notes, mugs with their logos. Let go of those. If you've moved on from that job, then let them go. Anything connected to past employment disputes. There are more and more people now who are making claims against employers, or who are having to battle for their rights. Once that's done, once it's sorted, let that paperwork go. And also anything that makes you feel obsolete, unwanted, redundant, or surplus to requirements, because you are none of those things. If one employment has ended, it's opening the way for you to do something else that you enjoy more. So don't sit back on your laurels and think that's it. My working life is over. I'm useless. I have nothing more to offer. You have so much to offer the world. Just to find the things that you love to do and start doing those instead. So let's activate your North Gua. Perhaps you'd like to manifest a job or another role that you would love to do. Or you can define how you'd like to spend your days. Perhaps your plan now is to become a watercolor artist and spend your day sitting in a meadow and painting beautiful scenery. Fantastic. Perhaps there's a particular company that you really want to work for. Use their logo. Draft your own job description. And when you do that, create a manifesto for the job or the life you want for yourself. Define the location, the salary, but always say, I'm earning in excess of. We're never saying minimum salary. We're not cutting you short. We're in excess of $200,000 per annum, whatever. Define how far you're prepared to commute, but in a positive way. My working environment is within 10 minutes of my home. Your working hours, your title. And also, if you're going to be working with a team, make sure you say, I work with a supportive team who like and appreciate all I do. There's so much more about creating a manifesto in this little book, Welcome Home: How Stuff Makes or Breaks Your Relationship. The manifesto process in here is all about creating new love, but you can use exactly the same process for bringing in anything you want into your life. It could be a new job, it could be a new home. So check out Welcome Home: How Stuff Makes or Breaks Your Relationship by Suzanne Roynan. You'll find it on Amazon, and it is bursting with useful information. So when you've made your manifesto for your life, you activate it by putting it in the north area of your home. Okay, the west is one of my favorite areas to work on, because the west is about new beginnings and opportunities. It's about projects. It's about creativity. And, we can be creative in all kinds of ways. I love to write. My sister is so creative with crafts. She does the most amazing art. She uses fabrics. You want something done, you ask her to do it. She's incredible. Perhaps you're into your photography or your design. You're creative in some other way. So think about this space as your your area for bringing something new into your life, an office, a thinking and planning space, a craft room, a writing room, things that you want to grow for you. But let's not put plants there in 2024. We'll get to why. So what to keep in your West? Well, the West is also about the new members of your family. So it's about your younger grandchildren, but not pictures of them after they've reached their teens. The project files for something new, anything to do with your creativity. You could choose to have a picture of a clear path forward or a bridge into the new. I love doing something like that because, it means I can focus my intention on moving forward. If you're going to extend or renovate your house, keep the plans for the building work there. If you're planning on moving to a new home, keep your property hunting paperwork or your notes about places you visited in the west part of your home. And if you've already decided on your new place, keep a picture of it there. Maybe you're writing a novel. This is the place to keep your draft. And it would normally be a superb place for a music room, but not during 2024. So what to avoid in the West? Anything which is done or you've lost interest in. If you're one of those people that has a hobby and then gets bored with it, you've bought all the kit and you're never going to do it again. Don't keep that stuff in the West, please. The best thing you can do is let it all go, donate it or sell it to somebody who is now starting the hobby that you've left behind. But just definitely don't keep it in the West. Anything which represents the past does not go in your West. You want to put that in the East. And any out-of-date photos of children who are now teens or adults. We do not keep baby photos in the East. So purely in 2024, now the West is hosting some particularly sticky, unhelpful energy in this year. So it's preferable to keep things as calm as possible. So avoid anything noisy. A short burst is fine, but not all day. Don't keep plants there this year. And try not to spend too much time in the West Gua of your home until February next year, when the energy will shift. So this is our penultimate session in this little training course. And I've enjoyed hearing from you about how it's going for you. I've enjoyed working with you on your homes and meeting new people along the way. So if you've not been in touch, I would love it if you would email me with the big takeaways that you've got from this course. How has learning the basics of Feng Shui changed the way that you look at your home? And what more might you like to know? My email address is hello@interiourstherapy.com. So your homework for this time: download the information sheet, take photos of the north and west guas of your home. In the north, note anything which may not be supportive of your career, your life path, or your current situation. In the west, note anything which may not be supportive of new beginnings, creativity, project, and young children, and deal with it. Spruce up the area, take photos of the after, and celebrate your achievements. And if you're struggling or you have questions, facebook.com Interiors Therapy. Just ask them there. And if you cannot wait, if you just want to get going with your Feng Shui, you want to activate everything at a supercharged level, book a personal video inspiration call with me or one of my team at interiourstherapy.com. We will be able to walk around your house and spot immediately anything which is holding you back or creating problems for you. I would love to touch on every single thing in these training courses, but frankly, you would be here for days. Your home is as unique and individual as you are. So do consider booking a session with one of us, and we will walk around your home on WhatsApp for 30 minutes, and we will point you in the right direction. They're great value calls. So perhaps I'll see you there. And if not, I'll see you for session 6. Take care now.